station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, folks, it's been looking like it wants to rain all morning long across the DMV, but we just have not seen much rainfall activity. Could that change as we go through the afternoon and evening? We'll have your forecast in just a bit.
And coming up on the news at noon, new details after a deadly hit and run in Prince George's County. You will hear what people who live in the area are saying. And later, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin criticizing schools for not adopting his administration's new transgender policies. What he says will happen to districts that do not follow the guidelines. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Starting things off this afternoon with a look outside. Things are looking a little cloudy over the DMV. Rain could return to the region today, and it's expected to carry over into Friday. Meteorologist Damon Matson joins us now. Latest check on the forecast. And Damon, can we expect the worst of the rain to come next couple of hours, or are we going to get lucky?
It looks like it's going to be one of those wait-and-see games, to say the least, Mark, as we go into the afternoon. Yes, we've had a beautiful last couple of days across the DMV with the lower humidity, the nice temperatures, but one thing I've heard plenty of is the fact that we need the rain in several parts of the DMV. It's been rather dry, and it's noticeable out there. Now, we are starting to see the signs of at least a little bit of rainfall working back into the picture. First and foremost, we have a southerly wind that has been going since last evening. That's helping to usher a more moist air mass into place. That's what we need to get some of those showers and storms going. But most of the activity is coming out of the north. All of the showers and storms have been developing up near the Great Lakes. For now, most of those thunderstorms have missed us off to the west. Also, some of that steadier rainfall going along with those storms. Now, we've had a couple of passing showers out there. One clipped by Winchester. A cluster of showers also passed by Hagerstown, Frederick. It's following down I-270 toward DC, but most of these showers are weakening. But the key point here is, well, the rainfall, it's out there in a few locations. And as we go through the rest of the day today, as long as this warm front hangs out nearby, which it's expected to, we will have the possibility of some showers and storms. But like I just mentioned, hey, there's that activity that just missed us to the west. The Ohio River Valley really picking up most of that rainfall. So as we move forward, we are definitely going to stay cloudy for the most part. There could be a few peaks of sunshine later in your afternoon. And during that time, yes, the next few hours look dry. However, as we get into the evening, that could change as showers and storms develop upstream and move our way. So we'll time out when we could see the soggiest of this weather coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. New this afternoon, it was a scary morning at the Department of Energy in Germantown. Maryland police dogs alerted to a possible explosive at a checkpoint outside of the complex, and officials say they have now cleared the scene and no explosives were found. Meantime, Montgomery County Police say the investigation is ongoing. Well, it's the first day of the fall semester for George Washington University students, and this academic year begins with a new approach to public safety. The university is moving forward with arming campus police officers. It's part of a new multi-phase public safety plan. Tosin Fakile is in Northwest and breaks down the stages of the plan.
The university says the implementation plan starts with the start of the 2023 academic year, arming 2 top officers with the George Washington University Police Department. That academic year begins today as fall classes begin for students.
I'm excited for the first day of classes. I'm less excited for my 8 a.m., but I'll wake up eventually.
And students returning to campus know there are improved safety measures the university is taking. It's a 5-part implementation plan. The first part deals with the George Washington University Police Department arming Chief James Tate and Captain Gabe Mullinax. The second part is the university revising its use of force policy, better defining specific circumstances where force may be used. The third part is extensive training requirement for the police supervisors that can be armed.
I think that it's not the worst idea.
GW students reacting to the university's new plan. Hearing that, does that make you feel safer?
In a way. It also makes me feel less safe, because if they feel the need to arm campus police officers, then there obviously must be a problem. But that's the country we live in.
I will say that was a topic back in April when we did have that protest, but as for right now, we can only wait and see. from Student Action and activists.
The other two parts of the implementation plan include an independent review committee to provide additional oversight, and finally, continued community engagement. In addition, the university says a campus safety advisory committee will be created with students, faculty, and staff who will meet with GW police to increase engagement on safety. On the GW campus, I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now. Back to you.
Tosin, thank you. Staying in the district, neighbors are fighting for a new homeless shelter to open in the Foggy Bottom area. The plan would convert a former George Washington University dorm into Ward 2's first homeless shelter, and it would also allow adult couples and mixed gender families to live together. The plan is currently involved in a court battle. A group in the West End neighborhood is trying to block the project, according to GW's student newspaper. An advocate says the area has the highest concentration of people experiencing homelessness in the district, with more than 800 people sleeping outside every night.
The Aston, the new non-congregate shelter, will give people the opportunity to get off the streets, out of crowded shelter, rest, and work towards the stability of housing from a safe and private and dignified environment. The community supports this, DC supports this. DC residents are excited to welcome the Aston to their neighborhood, and people have shown up publicly and powerfully, unlike the law firms and the neighbors who are working to oppose this.
Well, the group filing that lawsuit has not responded to our request for comment. New details this afternoon on a hit and run that killed 2 people in Chevrolet yesterday. Police say that the suspect was driving a stolen Kia when they crashed into the victim's car. Yamarie Sase covers Prince George's County, and she spoke to neighbors about what they saw when they woke up yesterday morning.
I mean, it's definitely a surreal scene. Out of all the accidents that I've seen.
Leftover car parts near Landover Road, reminding neighbors of Wednesday's devastating hit and run that killed 2 people. Sarah Brown heard the crash and immediately called 911.
Instantly, I could see that the cars were on fire. Well, the flames really happened fairly quickly, and they really got quite big, quite large.
Prince George's County Police say around 2:30 a.m., a stolen Kia crashed into a Toyota at the intersection of Landover Road and 63rd Place, killing a man and a woman inside the car. The driver of the Kia ran away from the scene before police could arrive.
Just the shock at the overwhelming tragedy that was how that person's poor choices ended to impact these 2 families so gravely. Be a human being. Step up. Don't be a coward. Turn yourself in.
So far this year, police say 827 Kias have been stolen in Prince George's County. Brown tells me speeding is also a problem in the area. She's witnessed several other accidents.
You know, there's kids here, seniors, pets, school's right around the corner. So, like, you know, treat it as the 35-mile-per-hour road that it is.
She hopes these families get justice.
My ultimate condolences and sympathies are with them. I know, you know, it's just one step in a grieving process for them, and I hope that it is, they get the closure that they need in this situation.
Reporting in Chevrolet, Maryland, I'm Yamarie Sase, DC News Now.
Yamarie, thank you. Tonight, the Prince George's County State's Attorney's Office is hosting their Our Streets, Our Future gun violence prevention rally to help kids stay safe as they head back to school. And officials say that the rally will have entertainment, resources, and more for young people in the county. It starts tonight at 5:30 at the Penn Marsh Shopping Mall in Forestville. Well, over in Frederick County, Maryland, a 16-year-old student was arrested after he was involved in a fight on the first day of school on Wednesday. The Frederick County Sheriff's Office says that fight happened between 2 students, and according to officials, one of the students pushed the officer and tried to get the other student involved. Sheriff's Office says that it was one of the students pulled out a knife and opened it toward the police officer. They say the student was also making verbal threats before dropping the knife when asked to put it down.
We had 2 SROs at the school. They observed what they thought to believe a disturbance beginning to occur, so they immediately intervened. Our SRO program has a really strong relationship with our school system, with the administrators within the school, so this is really a tandem effort to ensure that the schools are safe.
Yeah, the 16-year-old is facing several charges, including first and second-degree assault, having a weapon on school property, and resisting arrest. Well, back to school can be an exciting time for some, but for others it can be very stressful dealing with bullying. A professor at the Yale School of Medicine says that there is sometimes a perception that bullying is a normal part of growing up, but it can actually cause severe and lasting mental health problems. She encourages parents to work on opening a regular communication with their children.
Establish a regular time when you check in with your teens. So whether it's a family dinner or right when you get home from work or right before the teen goes to bed.
And Leidecker says that if a child will not open up to a parent, consider having them talk to a friend, relative, or a trusted teacher. Well, Montgomery County is looking to recognize outstanding early childhood educators and care providers. The county is asking people to nominate others for the first ever Early Care and Education Excellence Awards. It's open to anyone demonstrating excellence in shaping the lives of kids 5 and younger. And if you have someone in mind, you can nominate them online. Happening now, after months of disagreement, lawmakers in Richmond say that they are closing in on a deal to amend Virginia's budget. Lawmakers say that they think that they can reach an agreement by tomorrow. As of right now, negotiators will not specifically say what will be in the new budget. Democrats say that they want to put money back into Virginians' pockets through a one-time tax rebate.
We're trying to make sure that we are meeting the needs of the Virginians in terms of taxes, but also making sure that we have the resources we need, not only now, but into the future.
Meantime, Governor Youngkin says that he would rather give money back to people in a state through permanent tax cuts rather than just a one-time rebate.